talk. Welcome to my channel. This is Kafoople Land and I am EJ Kafooples. Here on my channel you'll find strategies and tips to do with teaching and parenting and other lifestyle stuff. So if you're interested in any of those things, consider subscribing to my channel. Literature class is boring. Boring is a word that is thrown around a lot by kids, and in my experience it's another power play. Because they sense something, they're almost like animals. They sniff out when we are really eager and keen to have a fantastic lesson and to make our lessons super great. I think that university graduates these days are put under a lot of pressure to make all of their lessons fantastic. The fact is, we are human beings just like they are human beings, and not every lesson is going to be, wonderfully entertaining. In fact, I don't even like the word entertaining. I think engaging is a better word. Lessons can be, and most of the time should be, engaging. Don't aim for entertainment. I know that kids these days are immersed in a culture of entertainment, but don't let them put that on you and as an expectation, and don't put it on yourself. When behaviour is an issue like this, and she mentioned that there are only 4 students who are keen to learn, from her perspective, who are keen to learn, and the rest of the class, so we could be talking about 26 people, 26 human beings who are misbehaving or not following instructions and doing what they're expected to do. So that's a lot, that's a big percentage. And when you are faced with that, you can't try and entertain them. It will not work. You will put yourself into a tiz. You'll be pandering to class clowns, if you will. You need to establish regular routines. You need to establish expectations. And when kids are throwing around the word boring, and when behaviour is an issue, boring is the answer. Don't get me wrong in this. What I mean by this is structure, routine, and consistency in that is what's going to help build up that trust and those parameters where those kids can feel safe. If you try and entertain them, especially from day one, when you've got a class like this, some classes you can get away with it and you can have loads of fun, but this class, it's not going to work. In fact, I would strip away all of the ideas about technology and stuff for the time being until you get a handle on this particular child, but also those 26 who are doing the wrong thing. Because it can't continue. You can't have a productive year with this continuing, and I think you know that. I would even put group work and pair work just to the side just for a little while until you get more of a handle on it. Those kinds of activities are fantastic. I don't think that this class is ready for that yet. Unfortunately, in a lot of schools, technology is still an issue, even though we're expected to teach using technology. The fact of the matter is there aren't enough funds, there aren't enough actual devices, there isn't the infrastructure to cope with the demands of entire schools being online, on the server, at the same time. So always have a backup. When you feel ready to go to the technology, always have a backup, a paper backup, activity planned, so that if something goes wrong, and a lot of the time it will go wrong, that you have that backup to fall onto. The comment about not handing in assignments, if the student said that to me, I would very calmly but firmly eyeball them, even maybe get down to their level, and block out the peer group, block out the mob, because he's saying that to get a reaction out of the mob as well as you, and say to him, the expectation is that you complete all of your work. So I'll be expecting to see that work, that assignment, that whatever it is. And just say it quietly to him, and then walk away and just let that sink in. Because in this kind of power play, you want to focus on the issue and the facts. You don't want to focus on the emotion, and you don't want to let your emotion run away with you, and you don't want to allow his emotion to dictate what you're going to do. That's all you need to say. The expectation is X, Y, Z, and then walk away. Your school will have certain consequences, and so when the due date comes along, that's when you will implement those consequences, just quietly and calmly. because that's what the expectation is, that he will hand it in. Don't allow him to dictate to you how your class is going to run. Really try not to take things personally. I think that there is so much pressure on teachers these days to be everything to everyone at all times, and I think that is so unfair. Your job is to educate the people in front of you, so do that.